Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Furtado and welcome. Today I am talking about my first Tom Ford actually on the channel. This is the first time I'm talking about a Tom Ford, and I don't have a whole lot of them. I have this one, Lavender Extreme. I have Café Rose, the original one. I have Un Bordeaux Hyacinth, Lost Cherry, that's my husband's. And there's a Metallique, maybe one or two more, and that's it. But yes, I don't know why today I felt like talking about something sweet and but slightly fresh. So yeah, Tom Ford Lavender Extreme it is today then. And I don't know if I can get it closer if I can see the name. Yes, this came out in 2019, and the perfumer credited for designing it is Olivier something. Olivier Guillotin. I'm not sure if that's how to pronounce his name or not. But Olivier Guillotin. And let me spray. Yes. Very strong blast of lavender, but it's sweet. It's sweet from the opening. I can smell the lavender very clearly on this perfume, but I also get the tonka. There's a big dose of tonka bean in here, and I believe I talked about something else. Rambo from Celine. Rambo reminds me of this one in the opening, but then it doesn't last long, the similarities between them, because Rambo goes slightly fresher, not as sweet as Lavender Extreme, because I find Lavender Extreme to be more to the sweeter side. Yeah, it's almost like a gourmand kind of lavender, because it is quite sweet. I find it's one of the sweetest lavenders that I have smelled. By that I mean a lavender perfume that is centered around lavender. You know what I mean? Like where the lavender is the main note. Because there is Montguerlain that I talked to long ago that has a very, presence, a very strong presence of lavender, but it's not this kind of sweet. It's more delicate. This is more to the extreme and slightly dark tone. It has a darker thing going on in here. And I get the something herbal. I think geranium is a flower that's listed in this perfume, and I do get that actually quite strong in this geranium. Yes, and rose. Apparently violet is something else that's in here too, but I do not get a lot of the violet at all. It is good. This was actually one of the first perfumes that I tried, lavender, center with the lavender centerpiece, that I actually quite liked. Lavender has always been something that I didn't really care for that much. And then I tried this, because even though I love Montguerlain, the lavender in there, it's different than this. Yeah, this is more in your face kind of lavender thing, and it's really good. It's still sweet. But it's a little bit fresher now, and the geranium is kind of it's getting stronger. It's getting more predominant, and it adds this herbal-ish, touch to Lavender itself, it has a, so it's a herb. It has a big herbal thing, profile. But here with the geranium, I don't know. I don't know how to define this. Actually, I find it quite interesting because it's warm, it's cozy, it's fresh, it's slightly sharp. I find that because of the combination of the geranium with the lavender. Perhaps the geranium adds an extra sharpness to this perfume, which is a good thing because it balances really well with the smoothness of the tonka, because I find it very strong. And it's slightly bitter too. It's not overly bitter. It's a little bit bitter. Um, yeah. But the bitterness here, I don't detect the bitterness from the tonka bean, like the nutty kind of bitterness. No, it's more like the bitterness when you actually chew on lavender. You're chewing on lavender and you get that herbal bitterness, and that's what I get in here. Not necessarily that bitterness that goes into the sweet realm of tonka. Yes, and now I get something little green. Makes me think of patchouli, but very light, very, very, very light. It's just here as something else that's just like it's just dancing around. Do you know what I mean? It's really pretty. But overall, I find this perfume very pleasant. Lavender. Um, it's not overly complicated. It's fairly simple and uplifting. It is, and it's very pleasant. Is it worth the money? No, I did not buy this from store retail. I bought this from a friend. She didn't like it, and she had bought it retail price and from Hope Brentford, I think, and she was selling it. So I said, sure, I'll buy it off of you. I liked it, but not enough to pay what they ask for retail. In my opinion, most of the Tom Fords in this line, I think it's their private or exclusive collection, the prices are insane. Especially for a bottle this size. I think this is 50 ml, and I think right now retail this is somewhere around $300-$400 before taxes, and they're just like, no way. So I paid a lot less than this. There wasn't a lot missing. She said there was just a few sprays missing, and yeah, it sounds like that. I can't see, but it's still pretty much brand new. And but yes, the only time I paid full retail price for Tom Ford was when I bought Ombre de Hyacinth back in the days when I first came across this collection. Back then it wasn't this much. It was still very expensive for the time. I think it was $280, something like that. And it was one of my very first, it was super expensive perfumes, I remember, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. It's too expensive. And so I did buy Ombre de Hyacinth, but then and Neroli Portofino. I did have Neroli Portofino too. I finished the bottle, but I didn't repurchase it. I didn't replace it because I have another one that's very, very similar to Neroli Portofino. It actually came before Neroli Portofino, which is the Parade Parachi in Brazil. It's from Dior, I believe. Yes, it's Dior Parade Portofino. Parade Portofino, that's the one. And to me, it came before Neroli Portofino, and so Neroli Portofino smells very much like Parade Portofino. And yeah, I have still a bottle of it, so I did not find the desire to buy another Neroli Portofino. But if you are into sweet lavender, but not too sweet, too delicate, too not like to a more feminine, classically speaking, like Montguerlain is, this is interesting to try. I definitely recommend trying it. It's a really good lavender. And right now, the geranium is getting even stronger, actually. And the lavender, it's still here, still very much present. I think on my skin at least, it stays all the time from the moment I spray until it goes away. But in moments, the other notes, like such as geranium, becomes more noticeable. But the lavender is still here. Yes, it's quite delicious. So try if you can, and it's a lovely perfume. I hope you enjoyed. I really appreciate your time with me, your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, wherever you are. And the world needs more beauty lovers. Bye.